Good morning. I'm Moinsa Cline here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio. And joining me here this morning is Ken Pfaffmann, Vice President, Business Development, Corporations, Americas for Amadeus. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I
Great to be
understand
here.
Great to have you here. And I understand you came in from Boston, Ken.
I did. It was uneventful, on time, and early, actually, so
As a
couldn't be
former
better.
airline person, that is music to our ears.
There you go.
And to everybody here. That's great. And it's been a great convention, right?
Oh, it's fabulous. I would say for us, it's probably been the best convention we've had, so
Good.
great to be back.
Wonderful.
Great to be back in
To
person.
reconnect.
Absolutely.
So while established globally, I understand Citric by Amadeus is a relatively new name in the travel and expense space for corporate travel managers here in the U.S. So tell us what is important to know about Citric by Amadeus.
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited to really expand and accelerate our growth in the U.S. market. And the important thing to realize is we're built to really manage the complexities of diverse markets around the world. So that's kind of our foundation. We currently have more than 4,000 clients around the world, 130 different points of sale, so global is a really big aspect for us. And we do support some of the largest corporations from a travel program perspective. So very, very excited to kind of take that strong foundation that we have that is originated out of Europe and bring that to our customers in the US, but really to support their businesses globally.
Great, great. So also earlier this year, Amadeus announced a partnership with Microsoft centered around digital workplace for business travelers that include integrating Citric with Microsoft 365. So can you share more about the partnership, vision, and what we can expect from that?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting. Obviously, a very strategic approach from us from a technology perspective. It goes deeper than just Citric as well. It's really at an Amadeus level to really embrace the cloud and that direction technologically. So we've recently signed that relationship with them. It starts out with really bringing the online booking tool to a different place. So today you always have to go hunt for some website somewhere that you may or may not remember, and it really kind of changes the workflow and what you're doing. So our goal is to really make it an integrated experience where you're working with colleagues on Teams today, chatting back and forth, or in Outlook, and you're able to immediately from there jump into talking about travel. So you're having a chat. You could say to me, have you booked your trip to GBTA? And quickly, rather than saying yes, I'll actually send you my itinerary so you know exactly when I'm coming. You can then book directly from there. So take kind of more of a natural collaboration and approach to that. So that's one aspect. But the goal ultimately in the short term and what you can do today is get results that are really tailored to you, specifics of your trip, but also the fastest, the greenest, the cheapest to help the company financially, but also from a sustainability perspective. So that's a key component. And with Microsoft and the kind of intensity that they have, knowing all the people in your organization, directly from your itinerary page, you can actually see all the collaborators that are in the destination you're going to from your company, and it may trigger something to say, oh, I've forgotten about someone, and you can actually, from your itinerary, set up and schedule a meeting with them. So the goal there really is to maximize the value of your trip. We've kind of got used to the fact that we've been saving some money and from the CO2 side, so making sure that there's real purpose for the trips that people are taking, and so they can maximize the value. So that's an important component. So that's what we're kind of doing today. But as we think to the future, one of the challenges in the world kind of post-pandemic is in-person was kind of the natural for business travel. But suddenly these virtual meetings we've learned they've become just part of natural life. And both of those are here to stay. But I think we'll start to see that there's the hybrid meetings that start to happen you do have people that meet and travel to get together in person, and a virtual component as well. So our thinking is, how do you make that simple? How do you
integrate all that?
Exactly.
Right?
So somebody comes in and they just simply put in some information. They get recommendations. 3 people should meet in San Francisco and fly there. 5 fly to New York, and another 7 stay. And it could be that somebody's told to stay because they just traveled 5 weeks in a row. And from a traveler well-being perspective, it doesn't make sense to put them back on the road yet again. So it's really, it's combining how to build social capital in your organization, to have those relationships and network, because unfortunately the virtual side becomes very transactional, and you miss the water cooler conversation. And like the chats we were having before we started, you get to know the person a little better, and builds confidence. So really excited just to get that kicked off, and then the next step is where we go in the future, and lots of ideas and collaboration with customers to understand really what they need. So we're very excited about the Microsoft side of things from a partnership perspective. And on the back end, we're very happy to have announced recently that they have signed with us as a customer as well. So
excellent.
Both of us are kind of eating our own dog food.
Congratulations.
Thank you. To use our solutions. Yeah. So that's
I love that. I love when you actually collaborate with your partnership, and it becomes more than that, right? More than
it's important.
Business.
And I think it makes it real. If we're not using our own stuff, then why should customers?
Right.
So I think it's
Very well thought out. So sustainability is a hot topic here at convention, and really in the business travel industry, right? It's just top of mind, front stage. We've got the pavilion here. I mean, everybody's talking about it. How is Citric by Amadeus contributing and supporting sustainability?
Yeah, no, it's great to see sustainability. Honestly, in the last 18 months, I don't think there is an event that has happened that hasn't had sustainability as a hot topic. So it's great, kind of on a personal level, for me to see that the industry really embracing it. On the Citric front, that's something that's important to us. So I had mentioned kind of in our team's Citric Easy environment, sustainability, and the greenest option is something that we're going to surface so that people have that as a bit of a trigger to think about. Also, we've always had, and with our European roots, air rail search to do at the same time. So in the end, you can compare CO2 for the different options to be able to make the most sustainable decision, as well as from a cost side. So that's one example. We've got flexibility to work with our corporations to kind of develop green hotel programs for them, to really highlight hotels that they want to promote from a sustainability perspective. So be able to kind of put those front and center, so people are making not just the right travel decision to get and do business where they're going to, or build connections with their colleagues, but also to do it in a sustainable way, thinking about the carbon footprint and the impact that they're having. So those are just a couple things that we have already in place today. As we look to the future, and have recently done some research with WBR Insights, and see that, and we talked about, obviously it's in all of the events we're doing on sustainability, but 78% of businesses see sustainability as moderately or extremely important to their business. So it's not just about the ecology of our world, but it's really an important piece of their business, and to socially be making the right decisions.
Right.
So as we look forward, we have putting dashboards front and center, where somebody logs in and they can see for their company how they're doing from a sustainability perspective, how that compares to a budget if they have a budget. So it truly is one of the first things that they see, along with well-being and spend. So that's important.
Yeah. So measurement, tracking, transparency, right?
Absolutely.
Which supports everybody in the sustainability space.
Yeah, and I think if we kind of look at 3 words, we want to inform people and make it very simple for them. They don't have to hunt this down and go searching all over the place to find what is, sustainability-wise the best decision. To be able to compare, because if you don't have that comparison, it may look good, but you don't know really if it is or it isn't. So being able to compare real time to make the right decision. And then really for the travel professionals and the business themselves is to be able to measure and monitor and see how you're tracking and how you're progressing. It's an exciting kind of space to be in, and exciting to be able to help companies make this transition as we kind of get out of the pandemic and back to business.
Yes.
How to do it in the right way.
Going forward.
That's making connections with people, but also doing the right thing for performance of our teams and the right thing for the planet. So
Yes.
exciting times.
It is exciting times. Ken, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me here in the studio and sharing all the exciting news that Amadeus has, and I will remember Citric by Amadeus.
Perfect. Thank you, Moinsa. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's been great.
Moinsa Cline here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.